What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex. In this video, I want to talk about Reanimal very quickly. You have the THQ event coming up very, very soon. And I don't know about you guys. Myself personally, you immediately think about the developer, right? And that just never goes away in my head. But I always forget that THQ is the publisher. So when I think about this showcase next week, and I also think about this is a game that's commonly brought up even to me, in my videos and comments. Where is this game? Is this game coming out soon? Remember back a couple months ago, it was shown off through Nintendo for the Switch 2, and in that they said it was coming out in 2025. So this is, as of now, a game that's locked in for the fall. Doesn't have the date yet, but then you think, okay, THQ, and you think about next Friday, and I really don't see how you go through next Friday, because also, they just showed it off again, a month ago? So it just feels like it's moving in the right direction, and I don't know, I can't imagine we go through a THQ showcase without doing a date. You think about the SpongeBob's and the Gothic remakes, and both those games from their own records, right? Those games are actually both supposed to release in the fall as well. I personally think maybe one of those gets delayed till next year. So those games, I think, are probably more likely than not to get release windows or release dates. And then you think about games that, Darksiders further out, the TMNT game further out. This game, to be honest with you, this game could be the first game of those, of this game, Gothic and SpongeBob. This could absolutely be the first game that comes out. So that's just my personal prediction. I think it makes sense. To me, actually, the more interesting thing, not to make it a competition, because I know a lot of people actually will probably lean more Reanimal than Little Nightmares. I love Little Nightmares. I think a lot of people love it, but with the studio moving off of it, maybe there's more skepticism on Little Nightmares 3. That game is locked in, right? Mid-October. So it kind of right now has that Halloween period to itself. This is a spiritual successor. This is going to remind people of it. So just like a common gamer, by the way, I wonder if they'll be able to know what, this game looks so similar, and vice versa. This game looks similar to Little Nightmares. Little Nightmares looks similar to Reanimal. So I personally would feel that you probably don't want to put it out around the time of Little Nightmares. And just the way that it is, Little Nightmares did it first, right? So they kind of have that Halloween horror thing. This is a horror. Honestly, I feel like this might be more scary than Little Nightmares. We'll see which one ends up being better. But, I personally think, I've said it before, games that are coming out this fall that don't have release dates, I kind of default to thinking November. Now, that's maybe not always true. Battlefield doesn't have a date when I'm recording this, and it's probably coming out October 10th-ish, so it's not always true. I think games like this and just a few other games that don't have dates, I feel like you kind of push it to November. So honestly, that's kind of my prediction, is maybe late October, early November for Reanimal, and I don't think we walk out of that THQ showcase without getting the date for it. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure, as always, you're subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.